Hello, ma'am, Fanny, and everyone. Today we will discuss about PES-Akawan or International Accounting Standard 1.
So, in the group one, consists of AMG fan and my friend is Hernando.
Okay, next slide. The objective of International Accounting Standard 1. International Accounting Standard 1 specifies the basis for presenting general purpose financial statement to ensure comparability across periods and between different entities. It focuses on first the definitions. International Accounting Standard 1 defines the components of financial statements and relevant accounting terms. Okay, second, features of financial statements. These include principles like understandability, relevance, reliability, and comparability, ensuring stakeholders can effectively use the statements. Okay, third, structure of financial statements. International Accounting Standard 1 outlines the required structure, such as a balance sheet, income statement, statements of change in equity, and cash flow statement. Okay, last, content of financial statements. It specifies the minimum content required, including sales, cost of sales, net profit or loss. This ensure clarity and transparency in presenting financial performance. International Accounting Standards 1 ensures that financial statements provide a fair presentation of an entity's financial position, performance, and cash flows while following international standards. Okay, the next slide. The next slide is discuss the purpose of financial statements and categorize them into three main areas. First, financial position, represented by the statement of financial position, or commonly known as the balance sheet. The purpose, it shows the entity's assets, liabilities, and equity at a specific point in time. This helps users understand the company's financial health and its ability to meet obligations. 2. Financial performance, represented by the statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income. The purpose of financial performance is summarize the revenues, expenses, and profits or loss over a period of time. It helps assess how well the business is performing and generating income. Another component is the statements of change in equity, which shows change in equity during the period. Okay, the last and the third is cash flows, represented by the statement of cash flow. The purpose, this statement provides information about cash inflows and outflows during a period. It is divided into operating, investing, and financing activities. It helps stakeholders evaluate the company's liquidity and cash management. Okay, the next slide. The next slide, we will discuss the general features of financial statements. These features ensure that financial statements provide a reliable and comparable representation of an entity's financial performance and position. Okay, first, fair presentation and compliance. Financial statements must fairly present the company's financial position, performance, and cash flows. They must comply with International Financial Reporting Standards, or IFRS, or applicable accounting standards. Okay, next, the going concern. Financial statements are prepared with the assumption that the entity will continue to operate in the foreseeable future. If this assumption is not valid, disclosure must explain the situation. Okay, the next, accrual basis. Financial transactions are recorded when they occur, not when cash is received or paid. This approach ensures that revenue and expense are matched to the appropriate accounting period. Okay, the next, materiality and aggregation. Only material or significant information is included in financial statements. Similar items can be aggregated, while these similar items must be presented separately to avoid misleading users. Okay, the next is offsetting. Assets and liabilities or income and expense should not be offset unless specifically allowed by accounting standards. Okay, the next, frequency of reporting. Financial statements must be prepared and presented at least annually. If the reporting period changes, disclosures must explain the reason. Okay, the next, comparative information. Entities must include comparative figures for the prior period to help users analyze trends and change over time. Okay, the last is consistency. Consistent application of accounting policies over time is required. Change to policies are only permitted if they improve the reliability and relevance of information.
Next, I am Jivan. I will explain about statement of financial position. So, before significant amendments of IAS 1, this statement was simply called as balance sheet. However, it was renamed. IAS 1 requires presentation of classified statement of financial position where current asset or liabilities are separated from non-current asset or liabilities. Basically, the asset or liability is current when it is expected to be recovered or settled within 12 months after the reporting period. With regard to a minimum content, the following line item shall be presented as in the figure that you all can see here. So, the asset will consist of property, plant, and equipment until cash and cash equivalent, while the liability and equity are consist from trade and other payable until issued capital and reserves. And for asset and liability, we will discuss more detail at IFRS 5. And for the group of contracts, are discussed more under IFRS 17. And the next is the statement of profit or loss, or change into statement of comprehensive income. So the statement of comprehensive income has two basic elements. The first one is profit or loss for the period, and the second is other comprehensive income. As a minimum, the statement of comprehensive income must contain the following item that we can see in here. So for the profit or loss must contain of revenue, finance cost, share of the profit or loss of associated or joint venture by equity method, tax expense, and the total of discontinued operation that have discussed more detail at IFRS 5. And for the other comprehensive income, content of its component of other comprehensive income by nature and share of other comprehensive income or OT by associates or joint venture by equity method. So sum of profit or loss and total other comprehensive income will be comprehensive income. As opposed to US GAAP, IAS 1 prohibits to report any transaction or item as extraordinary items. Profit or loss for the period, as well as total comprehensive income, shall be both presented in all questions. The first one is attributable to non-controlling interest, and the second is attributable to owner of the parent. The entity might choose to classify expenses recognized in profit or loss for the period by their nature or by their function. IAS 1 requires disclosure of certain items separately, either in the statement of comprehensive income or in the notes. These items are as follows: write-down of inventory and property, plant and equipment, their reversals, restructuring or activity and reversal of related provision, disposal of property, plant and equipment, disposal of investment, discontinuing operation, litigation statement, and other reversal of provision. The next is the statement of changes in equity. As a minimum, the statement of changes in equity must contain the following items. The first one is total comprehensive income for the period, showing separately amounts attributable to owner of the parent and to non-controlling interest. The second is the effect of retrospective application or restatement for each component of equity, if applicable. The third is the reconciliation between the carrying amount at the beginning and the end of the period for each component of equity. Here, the following changes shall be disclosed separately. The first is those resulting from profit or loss. The second is from other comprehensive income. And the last is transaction with owner, like contribution, distribution, and change in ownership. And also, IAS 1 prescribe to present amount of dividend recognized as distribution and the related amount per share on the face of the statement of changes in equity or in the notes. So the next statement that we will discuss is a statement of cash flow. So actually, the statement of cash flow we will discuss in the IFRS 7, but in here I will discuss in the short term. So in a statement of cash flow, we will present about how an entity cash and the cash equivalent change during the period. The statement classifies cash flow during a period into cash flow from operating, investing, and financing activity. Operating activity are the principal revenue producing activity of the entity and other activity that are not investing or financing activity. And next is the investing activity are the acquisition and disposal of long-term asset and other investment not included in cash equivalent. The aggregate cash flows arising from obtaining and losing control of subsidiary or other businesses are presented as investing activity. The last one activity is the financing activity, are activity that result in changes in the size and composition of the contributed equity and borrowings of the entities. And the last statement is notes to the financial statement. So the notes are meant to be the document accompanying numerical financial statement list above. They should provide additional information not contained in the numbers, the basic of preparation of the financial statement, and some additional information that might be relevant. IFRS 1 said that the notes shall contain a statement of compliance with IFRS, summary of significant accounting policies applied, supporting information for the number presented in the financial statement and other disclosure. So I have made the short summary. So in the note, we have the general information plus compliance with IFRS, accounting policies and judgment, source of estimation ascertained, capital, notable financial instrument classified as equity, and the last one is dividends. So that's all from our presentation. Sorry if we have some misspeaking, and thank you for attention.